Okay, hi. My name is Marco Estrada, and I am one of your students here at Ithaca College, and I'm coming here to you with this video to discuss why a lot of cisgender people suck. But that's okay, because you don't have to suck, and you can change it today. What my serious argument is that a lot of cisgender people will claim they are allies of the transgender community, but what they don't realize is that they're not allies because they are trying to take the transgender experience and turn it into something cisgender, digestible, and understandable to them, which, which, wait, you guys, which mutilates and transforms the transgender experience into something that it is not. And when you take something that is not yours and try to make it something that is, you're going to ruin the truth and the validity and the accuracy of transgender narratives. So don't take something that's mine. That last part was a joke. The transgender experience is not mine and mine alone. The transgender experience is very nuanced, and one transgender person can feel entirely different from the way that I feel. So it's very important in trying to be an ally when you are cisgender to learn the different perspectives of your transgender friends, family, but not even just your friends and family, but try to do your best. So you guys understand the validity and the seriousness of my argument. I put on my glasses. My initial research question was, how do cisgender individuals position themselves as allies in media discussions about transgender issues, and how does this reflect a sense of entitlement to participate in those conversations? And then my thesis statement was, in modern day, the American cisgender majority portray themselves to be allies to this transgender community. However, what follows this is an ugly sense of entitlement. Cisgender individuals often subconsciously long to define and control the transgender perspective into something they understand, which perpetuates harmful stereotypes and misconceptions onto the community. What I will be discussing in this video will include my transgender experience and the failures I have seen in the cisgender community. Being transgender makes it so that you confront a lot of uncomfortable ideas, situations, and people much faster than your cisgender counterparts, your cisgender peers. So you already have to deal with a number of uncomfortable situations and learn how you are going to go about finding what space you belong in, as well as dealing with very difficult and unaccepting people. And, all of this would be a little more digestible if these people would just come out and say, I'm transphobic. But the majority of people won't. As Ellie was discussing at an earlier time, it's easier to say, I want to save the kids, than saying, I hate transgender people. But anyway, one of the kind of cis people that I hate will be the ones that do not know that you are transgender when they first meet you, but it later comes up in a conversation and you go, yes, I'm transgender. Like for me, I would say, yes, I'm transgender. And then all of a sudden, I hear, oh, she, when before it was he. Oh, that sounds like I'm laughing. I'm not. It's not funny. And it's like, oh, so now that you learned that someone is transgender, you are literally making the active decision to misgender them. And honestly, I think if cisgender people just collectively came together in a little huddle, and then took the time to reflect and be like, hey, I'm transphobic. In the same way that all of us are just a little bit racist, even if you try not to be. It's because of the society that we grow up in, we learn racist ideologies subconsciously. And the first step to addressing these problems of racism and homophobia and transphobia, any of the phobias and the isms, guys, is just to acknowledge your shortcomings, your failures, and the things that you don't understand. Quite frankly, you're never gonna understand transgender people if you're cisgender, and that's okay. That's okay. But it's just the fact that cisgender people will sometimes see transgender media, not understand it, and be like, ew. Like, for example, with I Saw the TV Glow, I don't know how many of you are familiar, a lot of cisgender people are taking a TikTok trend that came from the film I Saw the TV Glow, which is kind of like a transgender allegory, and are comparing it now to cisgender experiences, or experiences that do not revolve around the transgender experience. And hey, shut up, because it's not your turn to speak, and that's okay. When someone who is transgender tells you something is offensive, let's let's put on our thinking caps and our listening ears. Let's listen to people who weren't given a voice at a certain time and who are actively trying to be silenced. And let's be courteous and listen to transgender narratives. I'm not even saying that cisgender people should be blamed for everything, even though maybe that's what it sounds like I'm saying. I'm not. Because there was once a time where I was transphobic, and I'm a transgender man. So even transgender people can be transphobic. But what can I do to remedy that? Maybe I can listen to trans voices. Maybe I can read more books. Maybe I can listen when transgender people say, hey, don't say that. Hey, that's offensive. The sad thing is, a lot of transgender people are tired of arguing the validity of their life and existence. So what do? I bite my tongue. But I shouldn't do that. And cisgender allies should help to elevate trans voices because you guys are in positions of power.